Good morning, Leland. Happy Wednesday, April 22nd, everybody. All right, leading us through our pledge this morning, we have the comical Bland family that have a nice video for our pledge. So let me introduce them and then share my screen with you so you guys can see their pledge video. All right, here we go.
All right, so who's going to say grace?
Mason should. He's in second grade. Mason! What? Say Grace! Grace? She died years ago! The blessing! Oh, the blessing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And excellence has no finish line.
All right. Well, thank you, Bland family, for that pledge this morning. It helps wake me up, puts a smile on my face. Okay. All right. Announcements for today. Like I said, today is Wednesday, April 22nd. It is Earth Day. It's the 50th Earth Day today. So your Earth Day challenge that we have for you is practice energy conservation at home. So whatever ways you can conserve energy at your home today, we would love for you to share it with us, okay? Try and conserve as much energy as you can at your home today to pay respects to our Earth on this 50th Earth Day. Also, we have a link that was shared with you on a eco-friendly family movie night, okay? So the site looks like this, 3 inspirational Earth Day movies. Check those out. They might be pretty cool to watch today, okay? Okay, also with our Earth Day activities, if you are wearing your Earth Day shirts that you guys purchased before we went on shutdown, we would love to see pictures of you wearing those so we can get those out and about for on our social media pages. All right, so happy Earth Day, everybody. A couple other announcements that I have today. First one, reminder that our Scholastic Book Fair is going on. Stop into the link there, shop away, get some books. Proceeds help our media center and library out, so we would appreciate it. Other things that I have today, I would like to give a huge shout out to senior Romy Straka. Romy was awarded the Lucille Gustafson Scholarship through IVIC. She plans on attending Waubonsie Community College. She also is receiving an additional $500 scholarship through Waubonsie. The Lucille Gustafson Scholarship, that's a really good one, a really good one to have for a student. So awesome job, Romy. It is a scholarship that covers full tuition and fees for 2 years at Waubonsie. So awesome job, Romy. Couple other things that I have then. Okay, so I want to give an update on grades. Miss Moore and I sent out a letter yesterday to everybody explaining how grades are going to finish out throughout the year. So if you haven't already, look at that letter because it does a better job of breaking everything down than I'm going to do right now. I'm kind of going to give you the Cliff Notes version of our letter, okay? So grades to finish out the year, being that we're in the shelter in place and we're going e-learning, okay, based on some recommendations from ISB, some guidelines, and then what we feel is best for our students moving forward here. So first off, I'm going to start by saying that nothing's going to change as of now with the way that our teachers are getting information to you. And as far as tasks, assignments, things that you need to do at home, nothing's going to change with that. Those are all going to stay the same. And I just want to give the reminder to everybody, my educational philosophy is that grades are not the most important thing in the world. I know some people don't like when I say that, but really they're not. What's important is your educational growth and development. That's what I care about as an educational leader at Leland. So when we're talking about grades, I'm going to talk, a good amount about them here, but please understand the most important thing is your education and your growth as an individual. I stress that to my teachers, my students, every time I talk to them, okay? Grades are not the most important thing in the world. What's important is that you are learning and growing each day, okay? So all that being said, Keep in mind, that's my educational philosophy. K through 5, your final grades on your report card that you get at the end of the school year, you're going to default to the third quarter grade, which would have been right before we went on our shelter in place. So none of the e-learning activities are going to be graded. Okay, again, teachers are still going to get things out to you guys just as they are. And the importance is that you continue to grow and mature and get smarter. So that way, when we do come back to school, you're ready to roll. Okay, so nothing's going to change, but technically nothing's going to get graded. Teachers are still going to give you feedback on how you're doing and how you're growing, but nothing's going to be a technical grade. Okay. Middle school and high school, okay? So these two are very similar, but except the way we promote middle school is different than the way we promote at high school, because high schools were based off of credits, okay? So middle school and high school, teachers are still gonna give you your assignments and tasks. They're gonna give you feedback on a 4-point scale. So a 0, you're gonna get, if you didn't turn in anything. You're gonna get a 1 if you turn something in, but it's not complete. So you missed a good amount of problems, or you just didn't do that many problems, or you're just really struggling with whatever that concept was covering in that assignment, okay? You're gonna get a 1, and that's gonna incomplete. A 2 would be it's satisfactory work. It doesn't mean that you got 100%. It means that you have the concept, you got it, you grasped it, okay? And then a 3 would be you exceeded those expectations. So they're going to give you feedback on a scale 0 to 3, just like that. Okay. Now, each individual teacher will determine if it's a 2 or a 3. Okay. So if a teacher comes back to you and says, hey, this is kind of incomplete, even though you might have finished the work, you might have had a good amount wrong, and they would say, okay, redo this, try and show me that you can handle this. Okay, so you're going to get an incomplete if they missed a good amount of it and you're not showing that you understand the concept still. Okay, so middle school and high school students, knowing that that's how you're going to get feedback, your grades are going to default to what they were at the end of the third quarter. So your grade cannot get any worse than what it was in the third quarter. Okay. If you have completed 75% or more of the assignments that are satisfactory, so you got a 2 or a 3 on 75% of the assignments that are posted during e-learning, at the fourth quarter for your semester grade, you're going to get a letter grade higher. So for example, if I had a B when I went on to shelter in place, and I did, just 75% of them is really, the bare minimum. Obviously, we want you to do them all. But if you do 75% or more at a 2 or 3, you're going to get an A for the semester. Okay. Now, what if I do 60% of them? Okay, you're still going to get a B. Okay, so if you don't do 75%, you're going to get a B. But if you do lower than 50% of the activities, you're not showing us that you know the content or that you're willing to try the content. So you're going to get an incomplete for the fourth quarter. Now, an incomplete, here's where middle school and high school is going to get a little bit different. If you get an incomplete for the fourth quarter and you're in middle school, we're going to go to our handbook and say, do you get promoted or not if that's an incomplete? So it would be like an F for the fourth quarter because you didn't do any of the work. If it's high school and you get an incomplete and you refuse to do any of it, you won't get that credit for that class because it's an incomplete. You're not going to get an F. It's just you won't get any credit. Now, all that being said, you will have opportunities to make this work up if it is incomplete. So let's say you're having technical difficulties at home with just the e-learning. If you are labeled as an incomplete for a quarter, for the fourth quarter here, you will get material that you can do in the summer that can give you that credit, okay? And if in middle school, it can show that you can be promoted, okay? That material is going to be tied to all of the work that's not being completed during this time. So, I mean, my recommendation is get it done now. But it's not going, you're still going to have the opportunity to make it up. It would probably be in the summer if you want to get credits for the next school year, if you're a high schooler. And if you're a middle school student, you can do it during the summer if it's going to impact you getting promoted. And again, we're going to tie to our handbook, which says you need to have an average of a passing grade in a core subject if you want to get promoted to the next grade level. All right, that's in middle school. So if you didn't do so well the first semester, you need to make sure you're not an incomplete for the second semester. Okay. That work will be given to you. You have the opportunity to complete it during the summer. If it's not completed, if either you don't get the credit if you're in high school, or unfortunately you won't be promoted, okay? So I wanna cover those things. So if you do 75% of complete at 2 or 3, you're gonna get a letter grade higher. If your grade's gonna default to where it was in the third quarter. If you complete less than 50% of your assignments, you're gonna get an incomplete, okay? So that's kind of my Cliff Notes version. Like I said, please look into that letter that Mrs. Moore and I sent out to everybody yesterday. It outlines it a little bit more. But again, keep your education flowing. Our teachers are working hard to get you activities and tasks to keep you growing as an individual. That's what's important during this time, okay? If you have any questions or concerns about grading, please let me know. Another question that I've had a handful of times from people is about tracking their grades on Teacheries. We're currently still working through the best way to put this progress into Teacheries. So give us a little bit so we get some updates. But what you need to be keeping track of as a student out there is, are you completing the task in a successful manner? Okay. So that's our update on grades, and that's how we're going to finish out the semester. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know or your teachers know. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm off of that grade saga now. I talked too much about grades there. So yeah, I think that then covers my announcements for today. We don't have any birthdays, so I hope everybody has a good Earth Day. It's a beautiful day outside. Conserve some energy in your house. Share it with us, and I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. Stay healthy, stay safe, and remember that excellence has no finish line.